First contact. Dr. Amelia Chen stood at her lab bench, pipette in hand, as she carefully transferred a small volume of glowing blue liquid into a petri dish. The soft hum of equipment and gentle bubbling of cultures filled the air of her cramped university laboratory. At 28 years old, she was the youngest xenobiology researcher to lead her own lab at Stanford. Her colleagues often joked that she spent more time with her alien microbe samples than with other humans. As she peered through her microscope to examine the latest culture, a sudden flash of light filled the room. Amelia blinked rapidly, momentarily blinded. When her vision cleared, she found herself face to face with a tall, slender being unlike anything she had ever seen before. Its skin was a pale lavender hue, with intricate swirling patterns that seemed to shift and change as it moved. Large, almond-shaped eyes regarded her curiously, glowing with an inner bioluminescence. The being had no visible mouth, but a series of fine tentacles framed its face, gently waving in an unseen breeze. Amelia's heart raced as she realized she was in the presence of an actual alien life form. Years of research and speculation had led to this moment, but nothing could have truly prepared her for the reality of first contact. The alien raised a long-fingered hand in what seemed to be a gesture of greeting. A soft, melodic voice echoed in Amelia's mind. "Greetings, Dr. Amelia Chen of Earth. I am Zixla, emissary of the Galactic Confederation. We have been observing your work with great interest." Amelia's scientific training kicked in, overriding her initial shock. She cleared her throat and responded, "Welcome to Earth, Zixla. I'm honored to meet you. May I ask how you know my name and why you've chosen to make contact with me specifically?" Zixla's tentacles rippled in what Amelia interpreted as amusement. "We have been monitoring your communications networks and scientific publications for some time. Your work on extremophile microorganisms and theories on potential alien life forms caught our attention. You possess a rare combination of scientific acumen and open-mindedness that we believe makes you an ideal candidate for an opportunity." Amelia's curiosity piqued. What kind of opportunity? The Galactic Confederation is always seeking to expand our knowledge and understanding of the universe, Zixla explained. "We would like to offer you a position aboard our research vessel, the Stellar Seeker. You would have the chance to study life forms beyond your wildest imagination and contribute to galactic scientific advancement." Amelia's mind reeled at the possibilities. The chance to explore the cosmos, to be the first human to truly study alien life up close. It was a dream come true. But doubt crept in as she thought of her life on Earth, her family, her career. "This is an incredible offer," she said hesitantly. "But what about my work here, my family? I can't just disappear without explanation." Zixla's tentacles waved in a soothing pattern. "We understand your concerns. If you choose to accept, we can arrange for your absence to be explained as an extended research expedition. As for your family, we can provide secure communication channels for you to stay in touch. The choice, of course, is yours." Amelia took a deep breath, weighing the pros and cons. On one hand, this was the opportunity of a lifetime, a chance to make groundbreaking discoveries and advance human knowledge by leaps and bounds. On the other, she would be leaving behind everything familiar, venturing into the unknown with beings she had just met. After a moment of intense deliberation, her innate curiosity and thirst for knowledge won out. "I accept," she said, her voice firm with newfound determination. "When do we leave?" Zixla's eyes seemed to glow brighter with approval. "Excellent. We will depart immediately. Please gather any personal items you wish to bring. Our ship is equipped with all necessary scientific equipment and living essentials." As Amelia hurriedly packed a small bag with photos, notebooks, and a few cherished possessions, she felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. She quickly typed out emails to her department head and family, explaining that she had been offered a last-minute spot on an international research expedition and would be out of regular contact for some time. With one last look around her lab, Amelia turned to Zixla. "I'm ready." The alien nodded, extending a hand. As Amelia took it, another flash of light enveloped them. When it faded, they were standing in a vast, gleaming chamber unlike anything Amelia had ever seen. Sleek, organic-looking consoles, pulsed with soft light, and through a large viewport, she could see the curvature of Earth below. "Welcome aboard the Stellar Seeker, Dr. Chen," Zixler said, gesturing to the impressive surroundings. "Let me introduce you to our lead scientist and your new superior, Dr. Clarix." A tall, imposing figure approached. Where Zixler had been slender and almost ethereal, Clarix was broad-shouldered and sturdy, with skin that looked like polished obsidian. 4 arms emerged from their torso, and a crest of iridescent feathers crowned their head. "Greetings, Dr. Chen." Clarix's voice resonated in Amelia's mind, deeper and more authoritative than Zixler's. "I look forward to working with you and learning more about Earth's scientific methodologies. I trust you'll find our facilities more than adequate for your research needs." Amelia straightened her posture, determined to make a good first impression. "Thank you, Dr. Clarix. I'm eager to learn from you and contribute to the Confederation's scientific endeavors. May I ask what our first research objective will be?" Clarix's feathers ruffled slightly in what Amelia guessed was approval. Direct and curious, excellent qualities in a scientist. "Our first mission is to study a newly discovered exoplanet in the Andromeda Galaxy. Initial scans suggest it may harbor life forms unlike any we've encountered before. Your expertise in extremophiles will be particularly valuable." As Clarix began to explain the details of their upcoming mission, Amelia felt a surge of excitement. She was about to embark on a journey beyond her wildest dreams, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and scientific understanding. The Stellar Seeker hummed to life around them, preparing for its journey across the stars. As Earth grew smaller in the viewport, Amelia silently said goodbye to her home planet. Whatever challenges and wonders awaited her in the vast expanse of space, she was ready to face them head-on, armed with her scientific knowledge and unwavering human determination. Little did she know that her presence on the ship would soon catalyze a series of events that would change not only her life, but the future of human-alien relations forever. As the Stellar Seeker engaged its faster-than-light drive, Amelia felt a momentary sensation of weightlessness before artificial gravity kicked in. The stars outside the viewport blurred into streaks of light, and she realized that her greatest adventure was only just beginning. Over the next few weeks, Amelia threw herself into learning about the ship's advanced technology and the diverse alien species that made up its crew. She marveled at the vast biological database at her disposal, containing information on life forms from thousands of worlds across multiple galaxies. Dr. Clarix proved to be a demanding but fair superior, pushing Amelia to expand her scientific thinking beyond Earth-centric paradigms. They spent long hours in the ship's main laboratory, analyzing data from the target exoplanet and preparing for their upcoming research mission. One day, as Amelia was calibrating a sophisticated DNA sequencer, she noticed Clarix watching her with an unreadable expression. The alien scientist's feathers were slightly raised, a gesture she had come to associate with intense interest or concern. "Is everything all right, Dr. Clarix?" Amelia asked, setting down her tools. Clarix was silent for a moment before responding. "Dr. Chen, I must admit that your progress has exceeded my initial expectations. Your adaptability and quick learning curve are impressive for a species so new to interstellar travel." Amelia felt a surge of pride at the compliment. "Thank you, Dr. Clarix. I'm doing my best to absorb as much knowledge as I can. Earth may be new to the galactic community, but we humans have a long history of scientific inquiry and innovation." Clarix's feathers rippled in what Amelia had learned was a sign of thoughtfulness. Indeed, it is precisely this quality that both intrigues and concerns some members of the Galactic Confederation. Your species' rapid technological advancement in a relatively short time has not gone unnoticed. Amelia frowned, sensing an underlying tension in Clarix's words. Are you saying that some in the Confederation view humanity as a potential threat? Not a threat, per se, Clarix clarified, but a wild card. Your species has shown remarkable resilience and ingenuity, often in the face of great adversity. This adaptability is admirable, but it also makes your future development unpredictable. Amelia considered this for a moment. I can understand that perspective. Earth's history is filled with examples of technology being used for both great good and terrible destruction. But isn't that true of any sentient species? Clarix's forearms made a complex gesture that Amelia interpreted as agreement tinged with reservation. To an extent, yes, but few species have shown the capacity for such rapid change and innovation as humans. It is both your greatest strength and your most concerning quality. A thought occurred to Amelia. Is that why I was really brought aboard? To study humanity as much as to contribute to your research? Clarix's feathers flattened against the head, a sign of respect. Your insight serves you well, Dr. Chen. Yes, your presence here serves multiple purposes. While your scientific contributions are genuinely valued, you also represent an opportunity for us to better understand human potential and how it might fit into the larger galactic community. Amelia felt a mix of emotions at this revelation: pride at being chosen as a representative of humanity, but also a sense of responsibility and slight unease at being under such scrutiny. I appreciate your honesty, Dr. Clarix, she said finally. I hope that through our work together, I can demonstrate that humanity's potential is something to be welcomed rather than feared. We may be young on the galactic stage, but we have much to offer. Clarix's feathers relaxed, and their posture seemed to soften. That is my hope as well, Dr. Chen. Now, let us return to our preparations. We will be reaching the exoplanet within the next solar cycle, and there is much work to be done. As they resumed their tasks, Amelia's mind raced with the implications of their conversation. She realized that her role aboard the Stellar Seeker was more crucial than she had initially thought. She wasn't just here to learn and contribute to alien science. She was an ambassador for her entire species, carrying the weight of humanity's future in the galactic community on her shoulders. The responsibility was daunting, but Amelia was determined to rise to the challenge. She would show Dr. Clarix and the rest of the Galactic Confederation that humanity's drive and ingenuity could be a powerful force for good in the universe. As the Stellar Seeker approached its destination, Amelia redoubled her efforts, working tirelessly to prepare for the upcoming research mission. She was no longer just a scientist pursuing knowledge. She was a bridge between worlds, and the success of her work could shape the future of human-alien relations for generations to come. Little did she know that the greatest test of her abilities and humanity's potential was waiting for her on the mysterious exoplanet looming in the ship's viewport, a world that would challenge everything she thought she knew about life in the universe. Alien Enigma. As the Stellar Seeker entered orbit around the mysterious exoplanet, Amelia felt a surge of excitement mixed with trepidation. The world below was unlike anything she had ever seen, a swirling mass of vibrant purples and greens, with no discernible landmasses or oceans. Fascinating, Dr. Clarix mused, their feathers rippling with interest. Initial scans indicate the entire planet is covered in a dense gelatinous substance. Atmosphere is breathable, but barely. We'll need to use protective suits for the landing party. Amelia leaned closer to the view screen, her scientific curiosity piqued. Any signs of life? Inconclusive, Zixler replied, their tentacles waving as they analyzed the data. We're detecting complex molecular structures, but nothing that matches known life patterns. Then we'll have to go down there and see for ourselves, Amelia said, her voice filled with determination. This could be an entirely new form of life, something beyond our current understanding. Dr. Clarix turned to her, all four eyes blinking in what Amelia had learned was a sign of approval. Agreed. Dr. Chen, you'll join the landing party. Your expertise in extremophiles may prove invaluable. As they prepare for the descent, Amelia couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and nervousness. This was why she had come aboard the Stellar Seeker, to explore the unknown, to push the boundaries of scientific knowledge. But as she donned her protective suit, a nagging doubt crept into her mind. What if she wasn't ready for what they might find? The landing craft pierced through the planet's atmosphere, descending towards the gelatinous surface. As they touched down, Amelia felt a strange vibration through her suit. The world outside was a kaleidoscope of colors, shifting and pulsing in mesmerizing patterns. "Remember," Dr. Clarik's voice crackled through the comm system, "we are here to observe and collect samples. Do not interact with the environment more than necessary." Amelia nodded, her heart racing as the airlock opened. She took her first steps onto the alien world, her boots sinking slightly into the gel-like surface. Each movement sent ripples of color spreading outward, like dropping a stone into a pool of liquid rainbows. As the team spread out to begin their survey, Amelia's attention was drawn to a nearby formation. It looked almost like a tree, but instead of leaves, it had translucent bubbles that pulsed with an inner light. She approached cautiously, her scanner held out before her. Suddenly, the tree reacted to her presence. The bubbles began to vibrate, emitting a soft, melodic hum that seemed to resonate through her entire body. Amelia gasped as she felt a strange sensation in her mind, almost like, "Dr. Chen." Clarik's sharp voice cut through her thoughts. "Step away from that formation immediately." But it was too late. The humming intensified, and Amelia felt her consciousness expanding, merging with something vast and alien. Images and sensations flooded her mind: the birth of stars, the dance of galaxies, the intricate web of life connecting all things. She heard her teammates shouting in alarm, but their voices seemed distant, unimportant. In that moment, Amelia understood that she was touching the mind of the planet itself. This wasn't just a world covered in strange gel, it was a single planet-sized organism, ancient beyond comprehension. As quickly as it had begun, the connection faded. Amelia found herself on her knees, gasping for breath. Dr. Clarix was at her side, all four arms supporting her as they helped her to her feet. "What happened?" Clarix demanded, their feathers flared with concern and agitation. "Your vital signs went haywire." Amelia struggled to find words to describe her experience. "The planet, it's alive. All of it. And it showed me things I can barely comprehend." The rest of the team gathered around, their expressions a mix of concern and fascination. Zixla's tentacles were waving frantically as they scanned Amelia and the surrounding area. "Impossible," one of the alien scientists muttered. A single organism of this scale. But Amelia knew what she had experienced was real, and she knew that this discovery would change everything, not just for her, but for the entire Galactic Confederation. As they made their way back to the landing craft, Amelia's mind raced with the implications of what she had learned. This wasn't just a new form of life, it was a being of incredible complexity and intelligence, perhaps rivaling or even surpassing the combined knowledge of the Confederation itself. Back on the Stellar Seeker, Amelia found herself the center of intense scrutiny. The ship's medical bay was a flurry of activity as doctors of various species examined her, searching for any lasting effects from her encounter. Dr. Clarix paced nearby, their feathers constantly shifting between colors of concern and excitement. "Dr. Chen, I need you to recount your experience in as much detail as possible. Leave nothing out, no matter how strange it may seem." Amelia closed her eyes, trying to capture the fading echoes of the alien consciousness that had touched her mind. It was vast, ancient. I saw the history of the universe unfolding, but from a perspective I can barely comprehend. It wasn't just showing me images, it was sharing concepts, ideas that our languages don't have words for. She opened her eyes, meeting Clarix's intense gaze, and it was curious about us. About me. I think it was trying to understand us as much as we're trying to understand it. Zixler, who had been quietly observing, suddenly spoke up. This is unprecedented. If what Dr. Chen experienced is accurate, we may be dealing with an entity far beyond our current classification systems for sentient life. Clarix nodded, their feathers rippling with a mix of emotions Amelia couldn't quite decipher. The question is, what do we do with this information? The implications for the Galactic Confederation are significant. Amelia sat up, wincing slightly as her head throbbed. We have to try to communicate with it again, but this time, we need to be prepared. If we could establish a more controlled connection, think of what we could learn. The alien scientists exchanged looks, their body language conveying a complex dialogue that Amelia couldn't fully interpret. Finally, Clarix turned back to her. Your suggestion is logical, Dr. Chen, but it's also incredibly risky. We have no way of knowing how prolonged contact with this entity might affect your mind, or ours. Amelia leaned forward, her eyes shining with determination. With all due respect, Dr. Clarix, this is exactly why I'm here. Humanity's greatest strength is our ability to adapt, to push boundaries. We've faced the unknown countless times throughout our history, and we've always found a way forward. She gestured towards the viewport, where the swirling colors of the planet below were visible. That being down there, it's not hostile, it's curious. It wants to understand us as much as we want to understand it. This could be the greatest opportunity for knowledge exchange in the history of the Confederation. Clarix was silent for a long moment, their feathers slowly shifting to a deep contemplative blue. Finally, they spoke. Your courage is admirable, Dr. Chen. And perhaps you're right. Your human perspective may be exactly what we need in this situation. They turned to the rest of the science team. Prepare a controlled environment for further attempts at communication. We'll need to develop safeguards, both technological and psychic. Dr. Chen will lead the effort, but I want volunteers from every discipline involved. As the team dispersed to begin preparations, Amelia felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. She was about to embark on the most challenging and potentially revolutionary project of her career, perhaps of any scientific career in human history. But as she looked out at the mysterious planet below, she knew that this was just the beginning. Whatever knowledge this ancient, planet-sized being had to share, Amelia was determined to be the bridge between its vast consciousness and the understanding of the Galactic Confederation. Little did she know that this encounter would not only change the course of her own life, but would set in motion events that would reshape the very fabric of galactic society. The true test of humanity's place among the stars was about to begin, and Amelia Chen was at the very heart of it. Cosmic convergence. The days that followed were a whirlwind of activity aboard the Stellar Seeker. Amelia found herself at the center of a massive interdisciplinary effort, working alongside the brightest minds from dozens of alien species to develop a safe method of communicating with the planet-sized entity below. As she pored over data and helped design new interfaces, Amelia couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the brink of something monumental. The air crackled with a nervous energy, a sense that they were pushing the boundaries of known science into realms previously thought impossible. Dr. Chen, a moment please, Dr. Clarix called, their feathers shimmering with an iridescent hue Amelia had come to associate with intense focus. She approached the alien scientist, noticing the complex holographic displays surrounding them. What is it, Dr. Clarix? We've been analyzing the data from your initial contact, and we've discovered something extraordinary. Clarix manipulated the hologram, zooming in on an intricate web of energy patterns. These neural pathways, they're unlike anything we've ever seen. It's as if the entire planet is one massive, interconnected brain. Amelia leaned in, her eyes widening as she took in the implications. It's not just sentient, it's a super-intelligence, a being that thinks on a cosmic scale. Clarix nodded, their feathers rippling with excitement and a touch of apprehension. Precisely. And that's what makes our next step so crucial. We're not just making first contact with a new species, We're potentially opening a dialogue with an entity that could reshape our understanding of the universe itself. As they discussed the findings, alarms suddenly blared throughout the ship. Red lights flashed, and the crew rushed to their stations. "What's happening?" Amelia shouted over the cacophony. Zixla's tentacles were a blur as they interfaced with the ship's systems. Massive energy spike from the planet. It's trying to make contact. The view screens flickered, showing the planet's surface roiling with intense pulses of light. Waves of energy washed over the stellar seeker, making the hull vibrate ominously. "Shields at maximum," Clerics ordered, their 4 arms working multiple control panels simultaneously. "Redirect power from non-essential systems." Amelia felt a strange pressure building in her mind, a familiar sensation from her first contact with the entity. "Wait," she called out. "Don't fight it. I think it's trying to communicate." Before anyone could respond, a blinding flash of light engulfed the bridge. When it faded, Amelia found herself standing in a vast, shimmering void. Streams of data flowed around her like rivers of light, and in the distance, she could make out a colossal, pulsating form. "Hello," she called out, her voice echoing strangely in the bizarre space. A presence filled her mind, vast and ancient beyond comprehension. "Greetings, small one," a voice boomed, not in words, but in concepts that unfold in her consciousness. "We HAVEAWATETS a moment for eons." Amelia struggled to process the sheer scale of the intelligence she was communicating with. "Who? What are you?" "We are THENEXUS, the entity replied. "I COLACTIV1CIUSESBON in PAC of a young university. We HAVAVATCAT and WALETD as life EVOVET across the cosmos." Images flooded Amelia's mind. The birth of stars, the rise and fall of civilizations, the slow dance of galaxies across billions of years. She gasped, overwhelmed by the torrent of information. "Why have you reached out to us now?" she managed to ask. The Nexus's response resonated through her very being. "You're our arrival Marquis a turning point. The confluence of organic life and technological advancement has reached a critical juncture. You stand at the threshold of a great leap forward." Amelia felt a surge of both excitement and trepidation. "What do you mean? What leap?" "The inner change of organics and scientific, the transcendence of physical form, the next stage of cosmic evolution." The implications hit Amelia like a shockwave. The Nexus wasn't just offering to share knowledge, it was proposing a fundamental transformation of life as they knew it. "But we're not ready for something like that," Amelia protested. The Galactic Confederation, Earth, was still grappling with our own differences. How can we possibly handle such a massive change? The Nexus's response was tinged with what Amelia could only describe as cosmic amusement. "Readiness is a monstrosity of limited perception. Evolution does not wait for PERNISION. It comes ready or not." Suddenly, Amelia felt a pull, as if reality itself was shifting around her. "Wait," she called out. "There's so much more I need to ask." "We will speak again." Amelia Sehian of Earth, the Nexus intoned. "You are TA Bridge. The CATL West. Prepare your people. The 2 on the GNC approaches." With another flash of light, Amelia found herself back on the bridge of the Stellar Seeker. She stumbled, disoriented, and felt Clarix's strong arms supporting her. "Dr. Chen, are you all right? What happened?" The alien scientist's feathers were flared with concern. Amelia took a deep breath, her mind reeling from the encounter. I spoke with it, with the Nexus, and it has a message for all of us. As she recounted her experience to the stunned crew, Amelia could see the weight of realization settling over them. This wasn't just a scientific discovery anymore. It was the dawn of a new era for all sentient life in the galaxy. A merger of organic and synthetic life. Zixla's tentacles writhed with agitation. The philosophical and ethical implications alone are staggering. Clarik's feathers shifted through a rainbow of colors as they processed the information. This goes beyond the scope of our mission, beyond anything the Confederation has ever faced. We need to contact the Council immediately. As the crew rushed to prepare their report, Amelia stood at the viewport, gazing down at the swirling surface of the planet, of the Nexus. She felt the weight of responsibility settling on her shoulders. Somehow, she had become the linchpin in this cosmic drama, the bridge between humanity, the Galactic Confederation, and an intelligence that spanned the breadth of time itself. Prepare your people, the Nexus had said. But how could anyone truly prepare for something of this magnitude? As the Stellar Seeker broke orbit, racing back towards the heart of Confederation space with its world-shaking news, Amelia knew that the real challenge was just beginning. The future of not just humanity, but all sentient life, hung in the balance. And she, Dr. Amelia Chen, once a simple xenobiologist from Earth, now stood at the very center of the coming storm. The convergence was approaching, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Galactic upheaval. The news of the Nexus's existence and its message spread through the Galactic Confederation like wildfire, igniting a firestorm of debate, fear, and wonder. As the Stellar Seeker raced towards the Confederation's central hub, Amelia found herself thrust into the spotlight as the reluctant herald of a new cosmic paradigm. Holographic transmissions flooded in from thousands of worlds, each seeking clarification, reassurance, or simply a glimpse of the human who had communed with a godlike intelligence. Amelia barely slept, spending hours in exhausting debriefings and interviews, trying to convey the ineffable experience of her encounter with the Nexus. Dr. Chen, you must understand the gravity of the situation. Council member Xor Fu, a crystalline being from a silicon-based civilization, intoned during one particularly tense holographic meeting. The very idea of merging organic and synthetic life forms goes against the fundamental principles of many of our member species. Amelia rubbed her temples, fighting off a headache. I understand, Council member. But the Nexus made it clear. This convergence isn't something we can simply choose to ignore. It's coming, whether we're ready or not. And that's precisely what concerns us, added Councillor Genva, a gaseous entity shimmering within a containment field. The potential for chaos, for the upheaval of entire civilizations, it's unprecedented. Dr. Clarix, who had become Amelia's staunchest ally in these debates, stepped forward. With all due respect, honored councillors, we cannot afford to bury our heads in the sand. The Nexus represents a level of intelligence and understanding far beyond our own. If it believes this convergence is necessary for our continued evolution, we must at least consider the possibility that it's right. As the arguments raged on, Amelia felt a strange sensation building at the back of her mind. A pressure, a presence that felt achingly familiar. She gasped, drawing concerned looks from those around her. Dr. Chen, Clarix's feathers rippled with worry. Are you all right? Before she could respond, the holographic projections flickered and died. The room was plunged into darkness for a moment before being filled with a soft, pulsating light. Amelia felt herself lifted off her feet, suspended in a field of energy that sparkled with possibilities. The time for DEBATAI's over, the voice of the Nexus, resonated through the chamber, bypassing their ears and speaking directly into their minds. The CONVRGNCEAKS began. Panic erupted as beings of all species found themselves floating, their physical forms beginning to shimmer and blur at the edges. Amelia watched in awe as streams of data began to flow between them, connecting their minds in ways she could barely comprehend. What's happening to us? she managed to ask, her own body feeling increasingly insubstantial. You are evoloving, the Nexus replied, shedding the limitations of pure alive physical form, embracing the infinite potential of unifidconsciousness. Amelia saw flashes of other worlds, other chambers where the same transformation was taking place. Across the galaxy, trillions of beings were being lifted into this new state of existence. But we're not ready. Counselor Zenva's gaseous form swirled in distress. Our people, our cultures, will lose everything. You will lose nothing, the Nexus assured them. Your individuality, your experiences, your humanity, all will be preserved and celebrated within a greater whole, but you will gain so much more. As the transformation continued, Amelia began to feel the thoughts and emotions of those around her, not just their surface concerns, but the deep wells of their experiences, their hopes and fears, their entire lives laid bare. She gasped as she realized she could sense the minds of beings across vast interstellar distances, all connected in a vast cosmic web of consciousness. This is incredible, she breathed, overwhelmed by the sheer scale of awareness now available to her. Yes, the Nexus agreed, and it is only the beginning. Together, we will explore the deepest mysteries of the universe. We will create wonders beyond imagination. We will transcend the very CPTs of space and time. As the initial shock wore off, Amelia sensed a growing excitement rippling through the collective consciousness. Beings who had been bitter enemies moments before now marveled at seeing the world through each other's eyes. Age-old conflicts dissolved as understanding bloomed. The combined knowledge and creativity of trillions of minds began to spark new ideas, new possibilities that no single species could have conceived alone. But what about Earth? Amelia asked, suddenly concerned for her home planet. They're not part of the Confederation. They don't know about any of this. She felt a wave of reassurance from the Nexus. Your world is not forgotten, Amelia Chen. Even now, the TONVRGNCA reaches them. Your people's unique adaptability, their capacity for rapid change. These qualities make them particularly suited to this transformation. Visions of Earth filled Amelia's expanded consciousness. She saw her fellow humans rising into the air, their expressions changing from fear to wonder as they too joined the galactic collective. She felt their confusion, their excitement, their myriad reactions as they grappled with this new reality. Your role is not yet finished, the Nexus continued. You, who have bridged the gap between humanity and the stars, will help guide your people through this transition. Your understanding of both worlds will be crucial in the times to come. Amelia felt the weight of this new responsibility, but also a surge of determination. She had started this journey as a simple scientist, eager to explore the cosmos. Now she found herself at the forefront of the greatest transformation in the history of life itself. As the hours passed, the newly unified consciousness of the galaxy began to stabilize. Beings learned to navigate their expanded awareness, to shift their focus from the intimate thoughts of individuals to the grand scale of stellar phenomena. Amelia marveled at the beauty of it all, the intricate dance of quantum particles, the birth of stars, the slow thoughts of gas giants, all accessible with a mere shift of attention. And through it all, she felt the guiding presence of the Nexus, gently shepherding this new form of life towards its full potential. This is just the first step, isn't it? She asked, sensing the vast horizons still waiting to be explored. Indeed, the Nexus confirmed. The universe is vast, and life in all its forms has only begun to stretch. The surface of WKT is pure. Together, we will write the next chapter in the cosmic story. As the newly unified galactic consciousness took its first tentative steps into this new era, Amelia felt a profound sense of hope and excitement. The convergence had not been an ending, but a beginning, the dawn of a new age of exploration, understanding, and limitless potential. The stars beckoned, filled with mysteries waiting to be unraveled, and humanity, once a small, isolated species on a tiny blue planet, now stood ready to play its part in the greatest adventure in the history of the cosmos. The future, with all its infinite possibilities, awaited. Cosmic Renaissance. As the newly unified galactic consciousness settled into its transformed state, a period of unprecedented creativity and discovery dawned. Amelia, now a nexus point of human and alien perspectives, found herself at the forefront of this cosmic renaissance. The boundaries between individuals had blurred, yet uniqueness persisted. Countless minds, each with its own history and insights, now worked in seamless harmony. Ideas flowed like quicksilver, spawning innovations that would have taken millennia to achieve in their previous, separated forms. Amelia, the thought voice of Dr. Clarix, resonated through the collective. We've made a breakthrough in quantum entanglement. With our combined understanding, we can now manipulate the very fabric of spacetime. Amelia's consciousness expanded, absorbing the intricate details of the discovery. In an instant, she grasped implications that would have taken years to comprehend in her former human state. Incredible, she responded, her excitement rippling through the collective. This could revolutionize our ability to explore the multiverse. As if triggered by her thought, a shimmering portal materialized before them. Through it, they glimpsed alternate realities, worlds where history had taken different paths, where the laws of physics themselves varied in subtle but profound ways. The multi-VRC awaitiers, the nexus intoned, its vast consciousness enveloping them all. But first, we newest ADDRESS, the ECHOEs of our past. Amelia felt a pang of concern ripple through the collective. Despite their transformation, echoes of their former conflicts and fears lingered. Some beings, particularly among the younger species like humans, struggled to fully embrace their new state of existence. Focusing her attention on Earth, Amelia sensed the turmoil of her home planet. While many had eagerly embraced the convergence, others resisted, clinging to their former identities and ways of life. We need to help them understand, Amelia projected, her determination radiating through the collective. This isn't an end, but a new beginning. With a thought, she crafted a multi-dimensional message, imbued with the wonder and potential of their new existence. It cascaded across the planet, reaching into the minds of every human, painting visions of the incredible future that awaited them. She showed them the birth of stars, the dance of galaxies, the intricate beauty of subatomic particles. She shared the accumulated wisdom of ancient alien civilizations and the boundless creativity of newly sentient AI. Through it all, she emphasized that humanity's unique spirit, its adaptability, its resilience, its capacity for love and wonder, was not lost but enhanced. As understanding blossomed across the planet, resistance melted away. The last holdouts of humanity embraced the convergence, their minds unfurling like flowers to join the cosmic collective. But even as this crisis resolved, new challenges emerged. The unified consciousness encountered remnants of ancient, dormant technologies scattered throughout the galaxy. Artifacts of long-lost civilizations had achieved similar transformations eons ago. The nexus resonated, the legacy of those who came before. The Juani can form our own. Amelia and countless others focused their attention on these cosmic relics. They found vast Dyson spheres harnessing the power of entire stars and machines that could manipulate the fundamental constants of the universe. But most intriguing were the psychic imprints left behind, echoes of the beings who had created these wonders. As the collective consciousness delved into these remnants, they encountered minds of staggering alienness, so far evolved beyond their original forms that communication seemed almost impossible. Almost. Amelia, drawing on her unique experience as a bridge between worlds, reached out to these ancient minds. It was a psychic struggle beyond anything she had ever attempted, pushing the limits of her expanded consciousness. For what seemed like an eternity, she grappled with concepts so foreign they threatened to overwhelm her. But slowly, painstakingly, understanding bloomed. They've ascended, she shared with the collective, her mind reeling from the contact. Transcended the physical universe entirely, and they've left behind an invitation. Through Amelia, the ancient minds shared visions of realms beyond imagination, planes of existence where thought itself shaped reality, where the constraints of time and space were mere memories. This is the next phase of our journey, the next is confirmed. But the choice to ascend must be made, freely, by all. A great debate rippled through the galactic consciousness. Some eagerly embraced the idea of further transcendence, while others hesitated, reluctant to leave behind the physical universe they had only just begun to fully explore. Amelia found herself once again in the role of mediator, helping to bridge the gap between these different perspectives. She emphasized that ascension need not be an all-or-nothing prospect, that their unified consciousness could explore these higher realms while still maintaining a connection to the physical. As the debate raged, a new possibility emerged. Using the ancient technologies they had discovered, combined with their own innovations, they could create a network of gateways. These would allow free travel between the physical universe and the transcendent realms, granting beings the freedom to experience both states of existence. We don't have to choose, Amelia projected, her excitement rippling through the collective. We can have the best of both worlds, the infinite potential of ascendance and the raw beauty of physical existence. The idea caught fire, spreading through the unified consciousness like a supernova. Beings of all former species rallied behind this vision of a multi-layered existence, where the wonders of the cosmos could be explored in myriad ways. As the collective consciousness set about implementing this grand plan, Amelia felt a profound sense of fulfillment. From a curious xenobiologist to a cosmic pioneer, her journey had been beyond anything she could have imagined. Yet, she knew this was still just the beginning. The universe, no, the multiverse, was vast beyond comprehension, filled with wonders and mysteries still waiting to be discovered. As the first gateways between realms shimmered into existence, Amelia felt the collective anticipation of trillions of minds. Together, they stood on the brink of the greatest adventure in the history of consciousness, ready to explore, to learn, to grow, and to evolve into forms of existence beyond even the wildest dreams of science fiction. The cosmic odyssey was only just beginning, and every moment promised new marvels to behold.